No, I know. I was just kidding.
Yeah, but that's another show entirely.
Dude, that's legit a whole show, all of its own.
I could go knee deep into religion and really good.
I would love to go. I would love to go into religion with you, man, because that's another thing that I'm really interested in. Like the basis and like the beginnings of religion and where it came from, because I mean it didn't just come. It didn't exist forever, is what I'm trying to say, and it didn't just come from nowhere.
Basically, all of the Bible, which is was started off as stories the Old Testament, stories stolen from Sumerian.
Sumerians.
Now, all of those Sumerian stories are word of mouth stories passed down for generation to generation, all to do with actual events that happened. It's just that when you do word of mouth things, little bits get twisted and little bits get changed here and there. Yeah, but the actual basis to them all is all based on actual events that we've witnessed over time. Yeah, like the 7 days of creation in the Bible is based on 7 tablets of creation. Yeah, and the Enumeralis, which is the Sumerian story of creation, that are huge tablets that have miles more detail of how we were genetically engineered by the but the actual basis to them all is all based on actual events that we've witnessed over time. Yeah, like the 7 days of creation in the Bible is based on 7 tablets of creation. Yeah, and the Enumeralis, which is the Sumerian story of creation, that are huge tablets that have miles more detail of how we were genetically engineered by the Anunnaki to be slaves for mining gold. Yeah, because they didn't want to do it themselves about 400,000 years ago. Then when we'd served our purpose, they were basically going to kill us all in a big flood. Yeah, until one of them turned around and said, no, I'm not having it, and started rescuing a few of us here and there. This is why we got all the flood myths of people
yeah. Did they take the gold because it was a power generator?
No, it's miles more freaky than that. Monatomic gold, yeah, you could put it into a, say like a just a little brass pan or something, yeah, and it'll levitate.
What? Are you serious?
Serious, yeah. Monatomic gold also has rejuvenating properties, yeah. When you ingest monatomic gold, same as monatomic platinum or silver.
Same as silver. Silver water.
Exactly.
Cures all diseases.
Yeah, it rejuvenates your body, but it actually has a reverse aging effect. Monatomic gold, same with monatomic platinum. Yeah.
Fuck, I need some of that.
Well, yeah, everyone does, but you can't really. But in fact, manna from heaven. Yeah. When the Jews were going through the desert and God was sending manna from heaven, they think that's what the manna from heaven was. It was monatomic gold. It was leaving it everywhere. Yeah, because they go on about having to scrape it off plants and everything else, manna from heaven. Yeah, it was the one thing that sustained them all the way through the desert before they got to Mount Sinai, and then obviously we got all the 10 Commandments and everything else. Yeah, but it all derives from the Anunnaki's obsession with gold and using us to actually mine it. This is why we hold it in so much value, because they did. Yeah,
I feel like they had water and it got pulled away from them at one point, and we don't know what did it, but I feel like at one point a lot of these, well, look at the water erosion on the Sphinx. It looks like it may have been underwater at one point. So who knows how long ago that was? It could have been 10, 12,000 years ago. We don't know.
There was about 10, 11,000 years ago, the whole of the Sahara was actually tropical rainforest.
Really?
before the ice caps melted. And then when the northern ice caps melted, it changed the climate completely and just dried up the whole of the Sahara. Yeah.
Wow.
There's actually ancient maps. Herodotus, who's the father of history, Greek historian, he actually found maps and sort of drew them out, and it actually shows Africa being split in two by a sea. There's also like a little archipelago which is up here, which is where Rick that was on about before is. Yeah, and that, like, when this comet may have hit or whatever, it caused a process called subduction, which is basically when land is just basically loses a massive weight on it and pops up and stays right. Yeah. And that would cause a massive tidal wave that would just go all the way around the world.
Oh, hell yeah. Can you imagine? Fuck.
I mean, everyone.
It'd be bigger than the earthquakes that happen underneath the sea that create the typhoon.
Underneath the Earth's crust, there's actually another
tsunamis.
Ocean. Yeah, but there's another ocean underneath the world's crust that holds about I think it's 4 or 5 times more water than the actual oceans of the Earth. Yeah, and they think that when this comet hit, that's what it basically sent jets of water up into the air that caused massive ice storms, rapid freezing. This is why you get mammoths that have still got food in the mouths, food in the stomachs that just
instant freezing. Instant freezing.
Giant boulders of ice that were dropping down from the sky. This is why all the bones and all the joints and backbones are just bent in such weird shapes because they were pounded by frozen water dropping from the sky.
I have to Google this because is it vitrification? There's a process that happens to rock.
Oh, petrification. Oh no, yeah. I'm thinking
vitrification. So I found a rock down at the water, and it's literally melted. Like, I'm not kidding. I was down with my uncle down at the. We're on a bay, which is close to. We're not at the ocean, but we're on a giant body of water.
Yeah.
And I found this rock, and it's fucking melted, dude. Like, I'm looking at the thing. Something melted it, so I carried it back on my shoulder. It's huge. It's out on my front lawn right now, but something melted it, and it definitely has iron properties to it. So that makes sense. But only on the part of the rock that was facing the sun. Yeah, underneath it looks like a normal rock. I'm looking at it. I'm like, this is a fucking melted rock. So, in my opinion, I think there was a cataclysm. We don't know. It could be the sun. It could be a process of everything that happens over hundreds of thousands of years. We could be millions of years here on this planet. I'm not a big fan of evolution, but sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I am in a way.
In a way.
The only thing that's really
I believe
an anomaly is us. We're the anomaly. Yeah. There's every single organism on the planet has 46 chromosomes. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it 46?
I'm not sure. Do you want me to Google it?
No, 44. Sorry. Yeah.
I can Google it for you if you want me.
Yeah, we have 40. Basically, 2 of our chromosomes are fused together. Yeah.
Okay.
And this doesn't happen in nature. Yeah, it can't happen in nature. Even geneticists turn around and say that doesn't happen. Yeah, and the only way it can be done is by some sort of engineering process. Yeah, they're actually completely locked and fused. Yeah, and we're the only organism on the planet that does that.
Yeah,
and that's happened to. Some scientists try and explain it away as an actual process, but there's no other organism on the planet where it's happened to. They try and say it's happened to a certain breed of pig, but then they neglect to tell you that certain breed of pig was actually engineered by us.
Yeah.
During the 50s. It's just
honestly, Sam, you know what really fucking blew my mind is when I saw that video of the coal miners They found a fucking iron pot embedded in coal, and they judged it to be like hundreds of millions of years. What? Like, to me, I'm like, okay, hundreds of millions. I'm like, and then like, well, that explains the pyramids. So like, I'm just like, okay, I get it now. But there's like, maybe the pyramids are fucking 50,000 years old. We don't know. We don't know.
I don't know if you've heard of them. Have you heard of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth?
I've heard of that. Yeah, I've heard of that, but I don't know much about it.
There's the Emerald Tablet, yeah,
okay,
and then there's the Emerald Tablets, and most people get mixed up. Yeah, both of them. Well, the Emerald Tablet was destroyed like centuries ago. The Emerald Tablets were actually passed down between, I've forgotten what order of Egyptians are called now, but they
agnostics.
No, they were basically.
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
They were basically to do with the actual god Thoth, the god of wisdom, who was, according to these tablets, a real person. But when you actually examine these tablets, they were atomically fixed. Yeah, they couldn't be damaged in any way. I mean, we don't have the technology to make them. Yeah?
Oh,
and the story it tells over 13 different tablets is basically Thoth's life, being trained in the mysteries, astral traveling, also seeing the creation of man, and blah 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 blah. I've forgotten where I was going with that. Well, but he said that he was the one that built the pyramids. He built it over an underground city that he called Amenti, where he met this being that taught him everything, basically. And he said that's why the pyramids are there, to mark where that place is. That's is another reason why Aleister Crowley probably went there, and why Hitler.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. You just told me that. Go ahead.
But he said, according to Thoth, he did this about 50 to 100,000 years ago when he actually built the pyramids. But he built it through his own mind, through his thought. Yeah, he willed it into being. Yeah, according to what the tablets say.
So some of the most recent evidence I found, of course, I've never been to Egypt, but the Giza Plateau is possibly much older than the pyramids even themselves. Yeah. Because it's made of much larger stones. Like the stones are ridiculously huge. Some of them are, and on top of it, there's tunnel systems that go all underneath the Giza Plateau, which means that they probably built that before they put the pyramid up. Well, because I mean, I don't know, how are you going to bring megalithic stones underneath the? You're going to probably build the foundation first, right?
Well,
who knows? We don't know, but it's very, very difficult to move a cut stone down into a tunnel and put it in place. They probably go ahead.
One thing with the Giza Plateau, like especially with the Great Pyramids, is everyone thinks that they were, especially in the alternative field, think that they're to do with Orion's belt. Yeah. And when you actually put the 3 stars of Orion's belt over the top, one of them, even though it's off-center, doesn't match. Yeah.
It doesn't match.
When you take the Temple of Saqqara, which is on the left-hand side, there's another one that's further to the north. The Tomb of the Birds, which is to the south, and then another one here. It actually maps out the constellation of Cygnus. Yeah, the Swan. Okay. There's 3 stars that come out from the middle star. Yeah, 3 stars that come out, and they match perfectly when you map it over the top. Yeah, match perfectly the 3 pyramids of Giza. Yeah, this is where it gets really weird. Yeah, Göbekli Tepe. Yeah, is linked to Cygnus. Yeah,
really though.
Yeah, there's a few sites. Because it's got, it basically tells you, yeah, it shows you the star maps, like on some of the main, the main columns.
Yeah, but were they talking to each other? Is what I wonder. Were they?
Well, this is why it's all tied to this ancient
advanced civilization that was
in the Cygnus star system. Yeah, the Cygnus constellation is where they found. I don't know if you've heard of the TRAPPIST-1 system.
I don't. No, I don't. I don't know a lot of the this.
They
No.
found 7 planets, exoplanets, yeah, supposedly,
Okay.
that are going around the dwarf star, yeah, and they think that 7 of them could be habitable, right? This is in the Cygnus constellation, yeah.
Yeah, if you could
Also,
ever get there, it would take like a million
there's a,
years.
there's a thing called Tabby's star, and it was basically a star that was dimming in light, yeah,
Okay.
40%, not just randomly. Now, if a planet's going past it, yeah, the max, say like you're looking at Jupiter, yeah, going past our sun, yeah, from millions of miles away, yeah, it would barely make a blip, yeah.
It'd be like,
on
bye.
No, it wouldn't even do that, yeah. It'd just be
Not
like
even?
1%. No, it'd be barely 1% dip.
Is it that fast?
In light. Yeah, no, it's that small. It's that small, the amount of actual light that it leaves into the star.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
This star was losing 40%, yeah, which means that something massive around that star. And the only thing that the astronomers could come up with was something called the Dyson sphere, yeah, which is like a sort of construction that goes around the star, yeah, and actually, yeah, to power civilization. I think it's called Edmund Dyson that actually came up with the idea that it could be possible, yeah, and then all of a sudden they find this in the Cygnus constellation. Right, this is another thing where most of the rapid radio bursts that they've all been going on about, that they don't know what's going on with them, are coming from as well. Yeah, I think that if there is aliens that came here and actually taught us anything or did genetically engineer us, that's where they came from. And this is why we have things tied to Cygnus all over the place to make us remember. The one thing that will stay, that will remain for millions and millions and millions of years, yeah, is a stone structure.
You know what I think?
Set in a certain pattern.
I agree with you 100%. I think those elongated skulls are evidence of the people that were here. Those elongated skulls, not the ones of the people that were here. Those elongated skulls, not the ones that were just wrapped and banded from babies. The ones that were actually elongated skulls. I think those were the people that were enslaving. Maybe not enslaving, but they were in charge. I feel like those people were in fucking charge.
Batter your head, right? Both the Bible and the Book of Enoch go on about the Nephilim.
Let's go right back into the Bible. Let's do it.
Bible, Genesis 6, it just skirts over it just very briefly and says, on the title, well, basically the sons of man, the sons of God came down to the daughters of men and bore children with them, and they were called the Nephilim, right? And then it just moves straight on to Noah, yeah, and the flood. That's it. That's all it mentions. The Book of Enoch, though, right, goes into great detail about what the Nephilim were doing. Yeah, well, what the fallen angels were doing to create the Nephilim, that were huge giants, but not just giants. There were different sort of mixtures of animals and humans and everything. Yeah,
monsters.
They were tampering with all sorts, right? Those elongated skull people were called I think it's the Azazim or the Asuzim, and they were actually vampiric.
Really? Do you know how to spell that?
It's
Azuzim?
Yeah, A-double-Z, Az-U-Zim, A-double-Z-U, S-I-M, I think. Asuzim, and they were actually vampiric.
Really? Do you know how to spell that?
It's
Azuzim?
Yeah, A-double-Z, Az-U-Zim, A-double-Z-U, S-I-M, I think, or A-double.
That's fine. That's fine. That's good enough. That's good.
Because you get different races of Nephilim. You get Rephaim, which was huge, absolutely massive. There's a passage in going on about when Joshua was sending spies out to go and see what what there was in Canaan. And when they came back, they said there was beings in there, and we were like grasshoppers to them. Yeah.
They're massive,
absolutely massive. They say there were 300 L's, which is almost about a mile high. These things.
Can you imagine?
Exactly.
Holy fuck! It'd be like I'm running away. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like, right.
Some researchers say that all the
That's a David and Goliath, but like times 1,000.
You should mention that.
I think that's a real story.
It was. It was. Yeah.
David did fight Goliath, I think.
Goliath's grave is in Jordan.
Huh?
Yeah.
In Jordan? Really?
Jordan. Yeah. 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 They even say this is the tomb of Goliath.
Wow. Well, he was big. I don't think he was as big as they say. I think he was probably about 10 feet, maybe.
Yeah,
he was bigger.
Foot, yeah, something like that. But
he wasn't massively. He was bigger than most.
Yeah. But this is the thing. When the flood came, it was basically to wipe the Nephilim off the earth. This is what Enoch goes on about in the Bible. But he also says that after the flood, they were still here. Yeah. It's just that they were smaller, and they got smaller and smaller and smaller. This is why we get the bloodlines that we do. Yeah, all the Merovingians and everything else. Yeah, they got to a certain size where they could mingle with us and hide. Yeah, so you get the Merovingians, you get the Phoenicians. Yeah, you get all these ancient bloodlines. Yeah, that people say are reptilian. They're not reptilian. They may have reptilian blood. Yeah, but they're not reptilian anymore. But they still. This is why they all interbreed.
How tall are you, Sam?
Me. About 5'10".
Okay, you might have a little. You might have no. You look like you might have a little bit of giant blood in you. Fuck off. I'm just. Now you've got that Goliath look to you. I'm just joshing you, brother. I'm just fucking with you.
Won't be coming and stomping all over your house.
Don't. Go ahead.
Most of our royal bloodlines come from, and ruling bloodlines is, we say, from these Merovingian lines and Phoenician lines and everything else. They were basically put here to rule over us. That's the whole point of them being here. Which is why you just suddenly turn up and you're just suddenly, oh, I'm your king. Who voted for you? Wow. Oh, Neil, you bastard. And then, so yeah.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, go on.
Can you handle not even 1 minute? I gotta fuck. And the government will just take care of us. It's a nationalist approach, because what's going to happen is everyone's just to say, well, fuck, we're comfortable just letting you guys let us not work and not do anything. It's going to turn into communist China very quickly.
It goes back to the collective thing, you know what I mean, and doing things for the great good. Yeah, it's another way of just breaking us down and
getting us used to it.
Exactly. It's supposed to be a slow process, though, but this is what I mean. This is why I say they're going too fast. They're jumping steps every time they get delayed. They have to jump a couple of steps to get themselves back on track. Now, what that is entirely for, I've got ideas, but I'm not going to get into them at the minute. So I'm still sort of looking into it. But there's a reason why. There's a reason why they do the PCR test, and it even tells you on the WHO's own website that they're looking for a certain gene in the human body, and it's to do with that chromosome that they're looking for. It's to do with your intelligence, the effectiveness of your immune system, and your susceptibility to cancer. Yeah, so that chromosome.
And that time,
there's all sorts of reasons why they'd be looking for that.
That ties into the ancestry DNA, and then looking for swabs. They're trying to get all our DNA. They want to find that good DNA.
They're looking for something, or they're looking for
fucking right they are.
Type of person.
Why do you think they want everybody's DNA?
Exactly.
There's a reason behind that.
Yeah.
Give us your DNA. Oh, they want you to pay them to give them your DNA. You pay them to send it away. Oh, we'll tell you who you're related to. You know?
Yeah, but not enough people are actually falling for that and doing it. This is why they're trying to get so many people to do these tests now.
We're gonna jam a swab 6 inches up your fucking nose and touch your brain with it.
Okay, get this. If you like, they send the test to your home now, and even if you don't, actually take a swab of anything, you just put it straight into the.
You saw the clip? Yeah, I saw it. I watched your video. I saw it. He did. Wasn't that on your video?
Yeah.
He does he didn't do anything to it. He opened it. He didn't even touch it. He just went boop, put it back in the container and sent it off. And they're like, I tested positive. Like fucking bullshit, fucking shit, man.
It's still up there. Yeah, it's still up there. No one's took it down, which means they don't really give a shit. Yeah, they don't give a shit that people know about it. You know what I mean? It's.
Again, I'm getting mad again. I can see the anger that comes. You're getting mad too. I get mad, dude. This is where I don't. This is why I don't like to talk about it too much because it's fucking scary and it makes me mad.
When you know exactly, when you start realizing exactly what's going on, it drives you insane how people can't see it.
It drives you more than insane when people can't. Dude, your best friend. I've talked to my best friend. Not today. Yesterday, I talked to my best friend, and something like this came up. I told him that I was going to do a show tonight. Yeah, it was yesterday, because I said I was going to do a show tomorrow, and I said it was about conspiracies, and he was asking me about stuff, and then right away. He was talking about the moon and stuff, and he's like, you don't still think that they actually, like, didn't go to the moon, right? And I'm like, dude. Anyways, I'm having a show tomorrow at fucking, like, I don't, I'm just, I couldn't even, I couldn't even get, I'm like, do you want my honest opinion? No, they didn't fucking go to the moon. Like, fuck, they're stealing everybody's money. That's my opinion. You want me to fucking sit here and lie to you and fucking, hold your hand and be like, oh, it's okay. No, they fucking didn't go to the moon. They're fucking stealing our money. They're lying to us. They're trying to kill everybody. Now I sound like a real conspiracy theorist. No, but I'm just saying, like, fuck, now I'm gonna get put in jail over this fucking video. It's illegal now, right?
It's not quite been put through yet, but it's got enough traction to get put through. That's the only thing. There's a part in it where they say they're going to work with foreign governments. It's just like, you fucking dodgy swat. But it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I really do think it's. I
feel like enough people have woken up, brother. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think we're almost. It's going to take one more just slight thing to.
Like we definitely don't have a 50%. I'll tell you that.
I think
mean,
if Trump loses,
we're fucked. If Trump loses, we're fucked. Straight up. If Biden's in, we're fucked. Just saying. Could be wrong.
It could go the other way, because that will start a civil war.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, that'll start.
But that's what they want, though.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. This is the other thing, but
so
I think it will go. It will not work in their favour, and the reason being is because the actual people who are on Trump's side aren't just the hicks and the dumbasses that they think they are. They're living in the sticks. Most of them are veterans and hardened fucking veterans. You know what I mean? Army veterans that are just, they love the country and they won't let it just slide to some knobhead blooming communist. You know what I mean? They will fight, and I think they'll fight tooth and nail until they.
I had a bit of an idea, and it could be completely retarded, but maybe okay. I always wondered why the fuck did they pick Joe Biden? He's gonna lose. Maybe they want him to lose.
Yeah,
maybe it's on purpose. Maybe it's just throwing it out there. I could be completely wrong. Maybe they want him to lose.
Like I said, when Trump declared that state of emergency, lost control. It was no longer in control. If you notice, the seal, the American seal was taken off the podium at the.
Yeah, I noticed that. I saw that. That was weird.
The reason why is because it was no longer the United States. It was then under FEMA control.
Oh shit!
Only when Trump got COVID and he ended up turning around to Anthony Fauci and told him where to go. Yeah, after he had COVID,
He probably didn't have it.
Yeah, well, he probably didn't. No, I think they gave him that test. They tried to make him think that
a fake one.
Get him in hospital and try and kill him. Yeah. And obviously it's backfired because now he's fired Fauci. Don't want anything to do with him. They're both at loggerheads.
They tried to kill this president more than any other president in U.S. history, and nobody talks about it. It's not even on the news. He's been attempted assassinations on Trump have gone for years. Nobody talks about it.
Well, no. Oh.
Why would you? You know, fuck. You know, orange man bad. You know, like just.
in some ways, it's the perfect sort of. You see, there's a lot of things that Trump's done that make him very questionable. But he's done a lot of good things. One of the main things is, you know, he's supposedly killed al-Baghdadi, the leader of ISIS.
Okay.
Yeah. There was no such guy as al-Baghdadi. Yeah. The Pentagon even tell you themselves. The guy's actually died 5 times since 2014, believe it or not. Right?
Really? Okay, this is another story that I need to know about. What's his name?
The Pentagon.
Go ahead.
They have academic papers on tactics that they use and blah, 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 blah. And one of the proven methods is to basically, it's called something like...
False flag operations.
Kind of. It's methods for subjugating and controlling a occupied populace. Yeah.
Okay.
In other words, keeping control of a population of an occupied country. Yeah?
Okay.
Well, they do terrorist actions themselves, yeah, or they get another army to do the terrorist actions. Normally, us Brits, yeah, the SAS to do it using hit squads and everything else, and blame it on the bogeyman to instill fear. Yeah, and that bogeyman is al-Baghdadi. Right? All these ISIS people, they're all CIA trained. Yeah, they're all CIA trained. They're all Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda,
well funded as well. They got lots of money. They're getting paid handsomely.
Al-Qaeda was set up from the Mujahideen in Afghanistan by the CIA.
Yeah.
To fight against the Russians.
Yeah, I know. That was it's so fucked.
Bin Laden was a wet worker. That's
it's
what
like,
I told him.
should I trust the government? Dun, dun, dun. Fuck no! They're trying to kill everybody. What the fuck is
Trump basically went on national TV and said they killed him. Yeah, there's only one other person that I know of that's been speaking about this, and that's James Corbett. Corbett report.
Yeah, I know him.
He was another one. He's the only other person that I've seen that's actually talked about it. Yeah. In fact, me and him think quite along the same lines. Believe it or not, it's quite crazy. We've just come up to the same conclusion, pretty much independently.
Mm-hmm. There is a mind hive, dude. You know when you think about something and somebody else says it, and you feel like you thought about it first. There's a mind hive, brother. But I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Our thoughts are alive. You know what I mean? You manifest. If you think of something, does it manifest? If you think about
I think so. I think I even sometimes when I think of a brand new idea that I feel like nobody's ever thought of, I'm like, fuck, don't think about it too much because I'm gonna see it on the news tomorrow. Or like I'm gonna, oh, somebody went viral video on my idea, you fucking cocksucker. You know what I mean, though. Like, but yeah, go ahead. So you were thinking about somebody, James Corbin.
Well, yeah, I mean. But this al-Baghdadi, it's just one example of where Trump's actually lied. You know what I mean? The whole 5G thing, the whole 5G agenda, he's put it into law now where 5G is going to be rolled out across the entirety of the US by 2021. Now, there's 7 different countries in Europe that have banned it. Yeah, banned the actual building of the towers and everything else. The thing with 5G is it's military grade technology, and it was actually built as a weapon. Yeah, the microwave crowd control weapons that they use, yeah, against people that basically makes them feel like they're being boiled from the inside. Yeah, is actually 5G technology once it's ramped up enough. Yeah?
And and it links with MK Ultra.
Yeah, there's that as well. Yeah. It speaks to skull technology, which is one of the things that they do.
They can use MK Ultra with it, and it might have something to do with HAARP as well. HAARP.
Definitely has something to do with HAARP.
The higher ionosphere testing that they're doing with they're doing some crazy fucking testing. I don't really understand it. They're using a lot of electricity. Sorry.
It's basically Tesla technology.
Oh, it's stolen from Tesla. They killed him and they took all of his fucking papers. Because he had free energy. You know who funded Tesla? J.P. Morgan, the guy that started the oil tycoon the whole oil system. Of course he didn't want to give him more money. The guy had a car that drove itself for free. Why would an oil tycoon want that? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Donald Trump's uncle was the one who actually went through all his papers, yeah, all the Tesla's papers.
Really?
And basically told the CIA which ones to take, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
How crazy is that, eh?
That's fucking... Well, it's not crazy. I believe it, dude. These people already knew they were going to take over the world.